Hi guys, Chris and PJ here live in the Dream Giveaway Garage.
Hello.
Hello PJ, we have a special guest with us here today. And this is Paul, Mr. Racer X,
How you doing?
YouTube sensation.
I appreciate it. I'm glad to be here, just checking out your rides, man. You guys got some cool stuff.
We do have some cool stuff, and you've got a cool YouTube channel. Man, you are really known for your Mopars, but you're an expert on everything.
Well, I wouldn't say expert, but I do try, and I'm more of a overall enthusiast as opposed to just a Mopar enthusiast.
Okay.
A lot of people do know me for my Mopar content. I've got
Right.
a Demon 170 and a drag racer, but you guys have a lot of epic cars here, so I'm actually here doing a little bit of content as well. Obviously been partnering with you guys for a little while, and it's cool to see these cars in the flesh, to actually be here, to kind of sit in them, and it's different when you're there. So it's kind of like
Right.
you see them on camera, you see them in a promo, and then like, but then when you're actually there sitting in them, listening to them, you know, as a car guy, that's where it's at.
There you go, and that's why we tell people, come visit us
Yeah.
in the Dream Giveaway Garage. And you guys out there watching us on Facebook and on YouTube, you be sure to come visit us in Largo, Florida as well. If you're watching on YouTube, ring that bell, subscribe, and you'll be notified every time we get exclusive new content. And on Facebook, nice to have you guys out there again today. PJ, who's watching?
Oh, we got Roger out there. Excited to be here today.
Speak up, PJ.
Oh, that's right. I'm not on a mic.
You're not on a mic.
We got Roger here with us today. He's excited to see everything here, watching the pair.
Oh, that's good. So we're going to go around,
Yeah.
and we're just going to look at some of these pairs. I'm going to point out some of the cool things I think our audience should know about these pair-ups, and then you pick some too.
Yeah, no,
Okay?
absolutely.
Let's start with the Cadillacs. I've got to tell you, took over 20 years to make an Escalade V. What took them so freaking long?
Agreed. I have actually never done. I've done a review on the CT5 Blackwing. I could never get a hold of one of these things. So you guys did good just by getting one of these. And I mean, what an epic, I mean, you talk about performance and luxury all in one package.
Right.
This is literally one of my favorite giveaways I think you guys have done, because I mean, it's a little bit of a sleeper package, right? Because I mean, they're black, they just look decked out. I mean, it's kind of sinister, a little bit more understated. But make no mistake, this thing is loud. You started off and it is loud.
Right.
And it's a lot louder than the Blackwing, which really surprised me. They said the exhaust is stock on it.
Right.
But just sitting in, if you've never sat in an Escalade V or even a Blackwing, both these cars are really cool. And then of course, like I said, they're doing both in the same giveaway, which I think is pretty cool. I think I just did a promo on this because I'm like, it's too good to not tell people about. So I literally just talked to a bunch of folks and I'm like, we need to enter for this. I just dropped my mic. But we need to enter to win this because it's such a neat giveaway. It's unique.
Right, and here's the thing, you know, we talk about these vehicles being aspirational.
Yeah.
About people dreaming about them.
Yeah.
But let's face it, most of us can't go into a Cadillac dealership and say, I don't care the price, get me an Escalade V. And that's what it takes to buy one at a dealership these days.
Yeah.
But you know, for $3 or $25 or whatever you guys can afford to donate to help out the charity, that gets you your chances to win. This one, so cool because it's got the Super Cruise. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I did.
And the way that you can tell it is that, come on over here.
Yeah.
The steering wheel is different.
It's got Super Cruise
Right.
among other things.
Well, yeah, it's got a whole lot of super things.
It's got a lot of super things going on.
But the steering wheel right here, if it's got that kind of opaque thing right there and that lights up,
Right.
that's how you know it's a Super Cruise enabled vehicle.
Yep.
That's as close as we can safely get to autonomous driving right now.
Yeah.
And this one, you know, we have an inside joke here at the Dream Giveaway Garage. Cadillac doesn't like putting the word Blackwing or anywhere on their cars. They finally, after all of us yelled and
Get a
screamed,
Blackwing badge, yeah.
put a Blackwing badge. But look how small it is.
It's really, yeah, why is, I mean,
It's
'cause to
stinky.
me, the Blackwing is kind of a cool distinction.
Right.
I don't really get that.
And so you want everybody to know that, one, you can afford a Blackwing.
Yeah.
Two, you're driving a Blackwing. And three, if they come up next to you in a light, they're coming up against a Blackwing, right?
Well, and not only that, but you have a CT5V, and
Right.
then you have the black wing. And you got this little, it's almost like a plaid, right? Like you get that little bitty badge
that
on the back
little
that just
badge.
says plaid. Otherwise you can't tell unless you, so it's like, it's sort of the same thing with this. That's why I was saying it's a little bit more kind of understated.
Right, right.
But you cannot take away from just how amazing the car is.
Yeah.
And I've driven both a manual version of this, which I absolutely love.
6-speed.
Yeah, and of course the auto version, which is just as good, a
Right.
little bit different driving experience.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Blackwing is such a great car. So many people have said I should get one for the channel. I don't know how it would do, but in terms of enjoyable driving, I love this thing.
Yeah, PJ has a question for us.
Alan from YouTube says V is for my upcoming victory.
Indeed.
James says these are one of the best pairs.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah, really is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at everything you have, and it's all amazing. But these two resonate with me because they're hard to get. They're just an unprecedented amount of luxury and performance you get all in one package. I mean, you get some stuff, if you think about Bentleys and some of the other really high-end, maybe an S-Class Mercedes or whatever that are super expensive. But these have a little bit of edginess to them too, which I think is really cool.
They do. And I've got to tell you, big news this week, Chevy kills the Malibu, which was the last four-door sedan in the Chevy portfolio. And that leaves only 2 sedans left in the entire General Motors portfolio, the CT4V and the CT5
right.
V. So
sedans are going away. I hate to say it, but they're all going away. I mean,
Right.
the 300, the Chrysler 300 is going away.
Right.
The Charger, as we know it, is going away.
I know.
Everybody's just going away from they're all going to small SUVs. They're going away from sedans. It is what it is.
And I love sedans, but you know, so many of our audience, they love coupes, and there's not a badder assist. Can I say that on TV? I just did.
The Urban Dictionary.
Pair of Chevy coupes that are legendary, timeless, and high performance than what we have behind the Cadillac. So let's go take a look. Okay, old school all the way here, Racer X. Where do you want to start, Camaro or Chevelle?
I think the Camaro.
All right, what do you like?
Everything about it, really. I mean, it's a very timeless design.
Yeah.
Look at the hood. Look at the lines in the hood. I was standing over this car earlier today, and they did a lot of subtle things to this car that I think are really cool. So, I mean, it's one of those things that you kind of have to be here in person. It's like I was saying before. It's like if you're there in person, cars look a little different than they do in pictures and on video. And so you get to see just the way, the stance of the car. And you think about how old this car is.
Right.
And how it still looks good today.
It's over 50 years old
That's
now.
how you know it's a really good muscle car, is it's kind of a timeless thing. It doesn't get old.
Right.
And I think that's so cool.
Now, personal preference, SS or RSSS?
I like the SS.
You like the
It's
SS?
just
You
a
like the
straight-
clean?
I do. I like the clean lines.
Right, absolutely. And that houndstooth interior?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, it screams old school. I mean,
It really does.
It is what it is, but that's part of the nostalgia of a car like this. When you're sitting, it's got like that wood steering wheel, right? And some of the things you really only get with like the old school cars. And then when you're behind the wheel of this, I mean, they're not refined, right? They're not anything like you would get modern day, but that's part of the appeal of driving a car like this, is because it is different.
Absolutely. And unless you got a Copo Camaro, unless you were that well connected back in '69, an SS396 L78 solid lifter V8, that's the bad boy.
Yeah. Well, and they just sound so good. They sound different than the modern cars do.
Yeah.
And it's a whole different driving experience, and it's not the sort of thing you're going to go to the drag strip and really impress anybody. Right? It's not the sort of thing that it's gonna just check off all the boxes in terms of bells and whistles.
Right.
But it's gonna put a big smile on your face when you're driving it down the road, and you're gonna get noticed.
And I've got to tell you, this is 2024. This is from 1969, and this is still one heck of a chick magnet.
It is. It is. Yeah. And a dude magnet.
and a dude magnet. There. Hold on, PJ. What do you got?
Garrett on YouTube says Racer X in Florida. What's a Mopar to do?
That's right. So a lot of people don't know I even moved to Florida. It's like a lot of people still think I'm a Dallas guy. I've been here for almost 2 years now. So, but, no.
I've got to tell you, great classic cars in that Dallas scene as well. But a lot of late model LS performance stuff going on in Dallas, Houston as well.
Yep.
And of course, Hellcat Town too.
Especially Houston.
Especially Houston. There you go.
H-Town
Okay,
stock.
1970 Chevelle SS454, matching color, Cortez Silver is the official name of it. What do you think of this?
The thing about this car that I think is really cool, when you look at the front of it, look at how three-dimensional the front of this car is.
Yeah.
And it's glaring at how big the car is. You know what I mean? These old school cars are big. It makes the Camaro look small.
Right.
Just, I mean, height-wise, how big the front of it is. And it really does date back to an age where cars were big and they made a statement on the road. You know what I mean? And this does every bit of that. You know, I do like the two-tone look on this one as well, which is pretty cool. It's a little bit different look, obviously, than you have over here. You got the kind of the two-tone on the side. This one's a little more in your face, right?
Right.
So it's kind of like, look at me, a big old SS badge in the
front. Right.
So you get a little bit of a different look with this car, with the Chevelle SS, obviously, than you do with the Camaro. But once again, big engine, big power, you know what I mean? Burbly V8, naturally aspirated, you can't go wrong.
How about that old school bench seat? You know what that's for. Yeah, okay, we're not going there.
That's funny.
But what a great classic combination. That red interior on that Chevelle is just timeless.
It is.
We're going to have time today to go over one other pair up of cars. We got to have you back here on a regular basis.
I like coming here.
Before we do that, PJ, anybody out there have a question for Racer X?
Well, George says 2 awesome legends. I don't know if he's talking about the cars or you guys.
He must be talking about us.
I hope so.
Living legends, I might add.
David said best looking couple ever again.
Well,
I hope he's talking about the cars.
I hope he's talking about the cars too. Woo!
That's funny. That's too funny.
All right. I know these are near and dear to your heart. I'm going to let you take center stage and tell us all about them.
So, geez, 1970, I mean, truly a timeless classic. You know, a lot of people think that this plum crazy color is a new thing. It's not, is it? It's an old school color. I mean, RT, 446 pack. It just doesn't get a whole lot better than this. I think you mentioned to me, it's even been owned by the president of Chrysler.
Right,
How cool is that?
Yeah, Jim Holden, president of the Chrysler Corporation and Daimler Chrysler back in the day.
And I drove this car, and it is not refined at all. You know, it's just I mean, it feels old when you drive it, but once again, that's part of the coolness factor of it. You know what I mean? It's not going to set the world on fire in terms of speed, even with a big old 440 V8 under the hood. It's still. I mean, it drives like an old school muscle car, but it's a smile machine, and that, you know, it's just different. Every time you get in it, you know, even when you start it, you got to start it, you got to give it some gas, and you know, some of us still remember how to do all that, right? It's not, you don't get the same, like the fuel injection and all the other stuff that make cars so easy to drive now. It's more of an experience, right? It's a driver's car.
It really, really is, and I've got to tell you, 1,640 RT cars were made back in 1970. Of those, how many were plum crazy? We don't know the numbers.
Very few.
Yeah, and for this one to come from the private collection of the president. No, not that president. The president of Chrysler. Yeah, absolutely. What an amazing car, and what an amazing car we've paired it with. I think this one's a little near and dear to you as well.
Yeah, I do like this one. So this is my favorite Hellcat trim that they made.
Right.
A super stock. You guys know me, I'm a drag racer. And that's really what this was made to do. This is essentially a Demon, a 2018 Demon without the crate. That's really what a super stock is.
Right.
And just in plum crazy, you got the hood pins, and I love the matching hood pins on both these cars.
Yeah.
I love how we kind of did that. But they just added some really cool stuff to this car that you guys were showing me, and I'm digging it. Like the all the carbon fiber bits that you guys just put on the car.
Right, from Anderson Composites.
From Anderson Composites. Look at that. And underneath the hood, you guys have a whole bunch going on under this.
Show car stuff.
Yeah, well, it really does. I feel like, I don't know.
Well, you're going to pop the hood?
I want to pop the hood because I feel like, so you got carbon fiber in the back too. So you got a carbon fiber wing, which I actually would love to do to my Demon, by the way.
Now you pop the hood. Roger's going to be glad that we've got a guest popping the hood today in the Dream Giveaway Garage.
That's it. Well,
before you pop that, I got to tell you an old school joke. You may have never heard this before. You know what they call this hood and they call that hood?
I don't.
You don't. It's called a Raisin Bran hood. You know why? Because it's 2 scoops.
It fits even better with the purple, doesn't it?
There you go. It works. So you can use that if you need that.
I mean, I don't know how many people would know that, but there you go. So look at all the carbon fiber and stuff they just added to this on the side. Even up here, you can see what they've done to the inside. It's really nice.
And that's American Car Craft, Hudson, Florida, did that work.
Yeah, I mean, it looks, and it just adds another layer to this. So not only is it cool because it's 807 horsepower,
right,
and it's a drag race kind of inspired car, it's got a better suspension for drag racing. You got a lot of little bits in here, but even like on the inside, you guys added some things which I think are really cool, like the puddle lights and all that kind of stuff. You can see the purple on the inside. I just like the things, the mods that you guys have done are really tasteful.
Yeah.
And it just looks good.
But you line this up at the staging lights, that 1320 in front of you, this thing is going to show you what it's got.
It does, yeah. No, these cars are quick.
Yeah.
And,
mid-10s?
This is a it's a mid-10-second car.
Mid-10-second car with AC, with Sirius
And a warranty.
XM, with a warranty,
That's
with
right.
power windows. This is a good time to be alive.
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
This thing's even got the, we don't have them on right now, but it's got like the purple halos in here and everything. So at night, boy, that would look good. I don't know if you're even allowed to drive it like that. You may have to leave them like that until it's still a car sitting. But man, it looks really, really good. So the mods in this car have been done very tastefully. I love the fuel rail covers and everything. So I was really kind of digging when they showed me what you guys had done to this, because I think you guys did a really good job with it.
That's cool. I'll tell you what, we could go on and on for hours talking about cars here today.
Yeah.
But we're going to have to wrap it up. Why don't you come back and visit us sometime soon, and we'll talk about some more cars that look cool in our garage.
Yeah, I'm a Tampa guy now, so why not?
There you go. Racer X. Paul, thank you for being here with us today. PJ?
We're good.
Everybody good out there? We'll see you guys tomorrow with more great fun, more great action, more great grand prizes. It only happens right here in our favorite place on earth. I'm going to tell you where that is right now. It's the Dream Giveaway Garage. See you guys tomorrow.
All right.